Is this truly the final chapter for BTS? Has Taehyung made a decision that shakes the entire foundation of the legendary group? And why does Jungkook, who is usually strong and calm, now appear devastated and full of regret? In less than 24 hours, the calm of the global ARMY community turned into mass panic. Shocking rumors about Taehyung, also known as V, leaving BTS spread rapidly, fueled by vague signals, emotional expressions, and the silence of Hybe management. But what made this issue echo even louder was Jungkook's somber expression, whispering one wounded message: "I was too late." That short sentence not only shocked fans but also opened the floodgates to speculation. Is Jungkook harboring regret over a major decision Taehyung is now contemplating? If true, why hasn't Hybe immediately clarified? The agency's silence only adds a layer of mystery that's hard to unravel. Moreover, Taehyung himself has hinted several times in interviews that he wants to pursue something more personal, deeper, and more meaningful, a narrative now reread by fans as a farewell message. Since the beginning of the year, signs of instability in BTS's internal dynamics have slowly emerged. Although Taehyung still appeared at several official events, he seemed emotionally distant. A source from inside Hybe, who wished to remain anonymous, even mentioned that Taehyung rarely interacted during rehearsals and often isolated himself after meetings. Is this an indication of a deeper backstage fracture? Or simply a personal process misunderstood by the public? Meanwhile, the greatest spotlight fell on Jungkook. He appeared in a 7-minute live stream that went viral within minutes. His face looked tired, eyes puffy, and voice nearly trembling when he said, "I thought we'd last longer together." That sentence shook the public. None of ARMY expected that two pillars of BTS, who always appeared strong together, would now be separated by a major decision seemingly not mutually agreed upon. Fans' reactions were spontaneous and emotional. Social media was flooded with hashtags like Taehyung Stay with BTS and Protect BTS. Support videos from all over the world emerged, from large murals reading "You're not alone" to open letters from fan communities in various countries urging Taehyung to reconsider his decision. They refused to believe this was the end, but the reality in front of them felt too real to ignore. The peak of all these concerns was the absence of an official clarification from Hybe. In every major issue involving its artists, Hybe is known for responding quickly and clearly. But this time, they chose silence. The brief statement released only mentioned that each member is focusing on individual projects, without denying or confirming rumors of Taehyung's departure from the group. This silence spoke louder than words. The question has now shifted from "Is Taehyung leaving?" to "Why is Hybe allowing this speculation to grow?" Many parties have begun criticizing the agency for allegedly letting the members face emotional pressure alone, especially Jungkook, who indirectly bears the weight of public emotion due to his deeply emotional demeanor. Fans believe something major remains unrevealed, and sadly, it seems to stem from within management. Yet amid the chaos, voices also emerged trying to ease the panic. Some industry observers stated that a personal decision like the one Taehyung is suspected of making may relate to the post-military transition period. Many artists, after completing military service, experience shifts in mindset and life priorities. Some even choose to reshape their careers with a new approach. Still, for someone like Taehyung, an icon of BTS known for his loyalty and depth, this speculation feels too sudden. Ironically, as the public struggles to digest the possible loss of a member, another clip of Jungkook surfaced. In the video, he's seen sitting alone in the studio with headphones on, playing old BTS songs and repeating the parts sung by Taehyung. No words, only a blank stare and the occasional bitter smile he couldn't hide. That scene was more than just emotional. It was a real portrait of a loss that hasn't happened but feels so close. Days passed, and the speculation didn't die down. Many fans began investigating every social media post, replay, even old interviews in search of clues. One of Taehyung's quotes from years ago resurfaced: Maybe one day we'll all walk our own paths. Once seen as philosophical, it now feels prophetic. Is this that moment? But not all news is bad. Amid the storm of rumors and emotion, hope returned through a live stream conducted by Taehyung. With a calm tone and warm expression, he greeted fans and stated he wasn't going anywhere. "I know everyone's worried, but trust me, I'm just preparing something special. BTS remains my home," he said. That sentence was met with tears of relief from millions of ARMY who had felt the pain of loss. Not long after, Hybe finally released an official statement denying any disbandment rumors. They affirmed that all BTS members, including Taehyung, are still active and involved in the group's long-term plans. Jungkook's regret, according to the statement, stemmed from deep longing for moments of togetherness, not from any departure. Now, all that remains is a valuable lesson. The emotional bond between BTS and ARMY is incredibly deep, and every small change can cause massive waves in the hearts of millions. This crisis, though filled with fear, actually strengthened the foundation of their relationship. Taehyung didn't leave. Jungkook didn't lose anyone. And BTS still stands together for now, and for the future they continue to build together. Because this is not the end. It's merely the beginning of a new chapter. But now, as the emotional storm begins to fade, a fundamental question arises that we must reflect on together. Did all this really happen? Or is it possible that we've all been caught in a vortex of unverified information, a media fabrication crafted so carefully to create sensation, drive clicks, and shape public perception in a way that's subtle yet systematic? Let's dig deeper. Where did all these rumors actually start? Most of the panic-inducing information came from short video clips on TikTok, stills from YouTube live streams, and speculative analysis from Twitter or X accounts with thousands of followers. There were also long narratives circulating among international fan bases on Reddit or online forums, discussing changes in Taehyung's body language, Jungkook's expressions, or the lack of an official Hybe statement within hours. But do these scattered bits of information qualify as facts? Are we piecing together fragments of a puzzle that never existed? This isn't just about Taehyung and BTS. It's about how we, as modern media consumers, respond to incomplete information that's packaged convincingly. When one short clip is combined with emotional narration and dramatic framing, it's easy for anyone to accept it as truth. But how many of us truly verify the sources, seek official clarification, or pause emotional reactions for rational verification? A fact we must all recognize. Not everything that goes viral is true. The information we presented came from various social media and alternative news platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter/X, platforms that spread news at lightning speed, but also fertile grounds for hoaxes, misinformation, and exaggerated framing. So it's crucial for us to ask, who first spread this news? What are their motivations? Is there direct confirmation from the parties mentioned? Is this narrative supported by solid evidence or merely inflated emotional speculation? More importantly, why are we so quick to believe it? Is it because of our deep love for BTS that we become overly sensitive to every little change? Have we grown accustomed to living in a viral culture where emotions spread faster than logic? Have we become victims of algorithms that only show us what we want to see, not what is truly happening? Let's reflect. If Taehyung never intended to leave BTS and Jungkook's expressions were just personal moments taken out of context, what does all this panic mean? Are we witnessing the power of social media to shape a false reality? Or is this a reflection of our collective need for drama and sensation? Even if it's based solely on assumptions, we need to ask, has the entertainment industry, consciously or not, leveraged this emotional tension to stir public engagement? Is Hybe's lack of clarity a deliberate communication strategy to create mystery and raise market expectations? Or have we all become part of an opinion game we didn't realize was being played? The answer isn't easy. But clearly being a smart fan means being a critical one. We may love, we may long, and we may hope, but we must also question. We must learn to distinguish between an artist's honest expression and narratives constructed by vested interests. We must learn to read context, not just content, and the flood of information. We can no longer be passive readers. We need to become filters of information, not just recipients. Because when our emotions are too easily directed, our opinions can be manipulated. And if public opinion can be manipulated, then the truth can be blurred. Finally, we invite you, the army, music observers, and truth seekers, to rethink together. Are all the things we believed in the past few days truly facts, or just digital illusions shaped by algorithms and collective perception? Were we too quick to conclude, too easily provoked, or too hungry for drama? True truth takes time to surface. And until it does, let's stay calm, clear, and wise. Be fans filled with love, but also filled with logic. Thank you for watching with an open mind. Please write in the comments, do you believe all this really happened? Or was it just a grand illusion designed by media and emotion? We want to know what you think. Because in a world full of noise, one critical voice can make a difference. Let's discuss. Let's think. Let's not trust too easily.